Well, there's no doubting or questioning the fact that education is an essential part of any digital transformation of the African continent. And of course, who better than the MEC for Education in the Western Cape, Minister David Schäfer, joining us here now to talk through that. Hello, David. Lovely to see you.
Hi, Africa. Likewise.
We have no clue, do we, what skills children will be needing in 10, in 15, in 20 years' time. It must make it a rather wonderful challenge for you then to plan for education.
It is, and you're right in some respects, but in others, well, we do know that there's certain things they are going to need, and one is flexibility. It's going to be very important for them to be able to adapt very quickly. We're seeing a lot of technical innovation even now, and before you can teach them, it's already changed. So there are certain competencies that we do know will be needed. And we are certainly focusing on those. First of all, it's the 4 C's, there's communication, creativity, collaboration, and critical thinking. And we are incorporating those as far as we can in our teaching. And then flexibility is absolutely key. We've got to equip our learners, firstly, obviously, with the basic skills that they need, which are traditional reading, writing skills, because you can't do anything without those. And we are focusing very much on those, particularly reading. We're just busy launching now a reading campaign to ensure that our learners can read and for meaning by the age of 10. Which unfortunately still too many can't.
Yeah.
So we've got to carry on doing that, but at the same time we have to equip them with those other skills that they will need to be able to adapt to very quickly changing environments when they leave school.
And the reality is, if you look at the 4 C's, if you look at being able to read and read with comprehension, regardless of what job you might be applying for in 15 years' time, those will be things actually
exactly right.
that you'll need in place. What are some of the initiatives that you're rolling out in the Western Cape to ensure that we have a workforce that's really ready to power digital transformation?
We have limited mandates because we don't control curriculum. That is done nationally. So we're doing everything we can within what we can control to ensure that those skills are developed. We also are focusing on we've got a campaign called Transform to Perform, where we are including a variety of aspects, including mindset change and so on, but especially a values campaign, because many employers are saying that our learners, when they leave school, don't have the soft skills that they need to work in the workplace. And our values, you can see what goes on in social media. There are really problems in many of our schools. So we are focusing on teaching all the children in our schools values and asking schools to choose one value per month and have a discussion around those. We go around the schools and see them all over the pillars and the walls, so it's really getting traction. Obviously, we are also focusing on e-learning, which we've been doing for the last 20 years actually, but over the last 5 in particular, we've put an extra focus on that with 6 different streams, including administration, including infrastructure specifically, and that really is, I think, probably one of the most important aspects, is allowing for everyone to have access to free internet at school. We have, in fact, 1,280 of our almost 1,500 schools now connected to broadband Wi-Fi. I mean, not broadband connectivity. And we're over a third now of our schools are connected to local area networks within their school. So we're focusing too on smart classrooms. We cannot afford to give every school devices and equipment for every single classroom. But we are certainly making sure that all our schools have some level of connectivity. Our teachers are obviously crucial, and we're also offering a lot of professional development for them. We've created a tool that they can do a self-assessment of their abilities in ICT and e-learning skills. So they don't have to feel embarrassed if they aren't up to where they maybe would like to be, and it can connect them to different training courses that they can go on to help, because obviously if they aren't comfortable using it, it's not going to happen. So we're doing that as well. We are promoting digital coding and robotics in schools wherever possible, and we actually have, as a result of our promoting them in the after-school space, we already have, I'm aware of, about 80 coding clubs in the Western Cape at schools. So we're trying to innovate within the space where we have in the department. After school is much better, and we can also then work with private sector NGOs who can come in and assist us with that. So we certainly are doing everything possible to try and to equip our learners. And the other thing we're doing is we've moved from STEM, traditional STEM, to STEMAC, which includes the arts, agriculture, and coding and computational skill.
That's amazing.
So we're really focusing on that a lot. There's a big movement around the world actually where they're saying that we've ignored creativity, and because of that, it's actually also affecting the maths and science subjects. So we're focusing a lot more on that now as well.
Oh, sounds like you're doing a hell of a lot. Thank you very much, the MEC for Education in the Western Cape, joining us here at AfricaCom TV.